All right. Excuse me. Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing on this fantastic Thursday morning? If you hear some background noises, don't be alarmed. That's just the rain. I'm sitting in my office with the window open and it's pouring outside. So apologies about that. But how's everybody doing this morning? We're going to take a look at some Forex pairs along with some crypto assets and see if we can't find a setup for today. Yesterday, I posted a tweet about the Aussie USD position that we took. It was a very odd trade indeed, as it was very late in the day. Normally, I don't like taking trades after 9 o'clock. Once I looked at the clock, it was like 9:30, so it is what it is, and it worked out. This is the trade right here. These few green candles going up. This white line is and was the target, I should say. Not is, it was the target. You can see this swing high over here. This wick to the upside is FOMC. Then you had continuation to the downside. All these assets have found the bottom because it looks like the FOMC is backstepping what they said about hiking interest rates or whatever, tampering or tapering, whatever they call it. So you can see that we've traded all the way back up to that swing high. So we traded up to that level and took out the stops on this push higher here. So then that becomes your new target, as this right here is just a pullback. Even though it did get a closure below hourly support, you can see that you had multiple closures below that level. So if people are looking to short this is about, they're seeing this as a high, right, as the top. So they're looking for pullbacks to get short. So I was looking to target those stops, right? I am bearish on the daily. The daily is very bearish still. Looks bearish. The RSI is bearish. All of the moving averages, everything is bearish. But being a scalper, we can take these kind of opportunities. We can take positions against our longer term bias in order to, take out possible stops or whatever. So we're basically trading with inside of the weekly range expansion. You can go up or down. It's better if you stick with the trend. Obviously, those trades work out a lot better than the ones that don't. If you're not, they work out a lot better than the trades that you take that are against the trend. But anyways, there's an hour level right there. That's what we were watching, right? This is the London Open. There's your low. That is a bear trap. When you take out support to the downside on a closing basis and then immediately rip back up, that's your bear trap, right? That's getting people short. So if we go into the intraday time frame, excuse me, I'm a little clogged up this morning. You can see this area here. This is the area of which we took that position. Here is a 4-hour level as well. If I go to the 4-hour chart, you can see that. Well, right there, right? So 4-hour, and then you got an hourly level right below you. So there's a pretty good amount of confluence setting around this area. Also, if you take from yesterday morning's bear trap up to the current high, because now you have a new high, but when this was the high of the day, right, you take your little fib levels. This is another spot where you can use them. You're looking for bullish positions, so you take from that swing low up to the current daily high, and that puts you right around the 618 level right there. All right, so you got a little bit of confluence here in this area. This is a lot of chop, right? So we were watching this. We wasn't looking to take the position. I was watching it. There's 5-minute support. So I didn't want to see a 5-minute closure below 5-minute support. And boom, there's that closure. So I wasn't looking to take the position just yet. There's another level of support right there. And you can see here, you got a closure below this. And then boom, big, strong, bullish reaction from this level down here. I'm assuming that's that 1 hour, since it's not lined up, since there's no tag over here. And I just put this on the chart. So that's got to be your 1 hour ETH level or demand zone. So on this push up, I alerted people and said that I'm looking for a retest of this candle's midpoint. So as soon as this thing pushed down on this right here, I market ordered in long, stop below this swing low, and I thought I was going to get stopped out because it just kept going down and down and down. And that's when I noticed the time. It was 9:30, and I was like, well, it's probably going to not work out. But it ended up working out, right? There it goes. Boom. And then this was the target. So you can see we got a little bit close to the target, and then it, boom, went up and took it out. That's what we're looking for day to day. Every single day, we're looking for setups similar to this. Now, obviously, this isn't a perfect setup because, like I said earlier, you're against the longer-term trend. The longer-term trend is bearish. Let's go out here to a daily. And this is Aussie dollar. All right, see, you're bearish, right? That's bearish. For the near term, since March or February, March, you've been going down, making lower lows and lower highs, and that's what you're looking for bearish price action. This is below the 50. That just means the bears are in control of the asset, right? They have the ball in their court. And then if you plop on your moving averages here, you can see you are under every single one of them, including this longer term simple moving average of a 366 period. So yeah, I mean, it's bearish, but I know that people know that, right? So everybody is going to try to short that as soon as it gets up to a level of resistance. This right here did show you a bearish reaction, but the first attempt is usually not good enough unless you get a massive reaction. For instance, if you would have pushed up into this level of resistance and then got like a massive engulfing and taken out like 5 or 6 hours worth of price action, then I would have looked to take a short on a retest of a midpoint of that bearish candle or back up at the resistance level. So that's one and done. And we also took a trade on pound yen. So last Tuesday, the Tuesday that we just had, if you were on our live stream, you know that we were looking to short this on this day right here, right? And you can see that it did work out. Now that position has since been stopped out, but that's okay. What we're looking to do is we're looking to capitalize on a small push lower. It just does not look right. All right, so yeah, pound yen, successful trade, or was it pound dollar? No, it was pound yen. It was this move here. It had to be because I just got stopped out. So there it is. Yep, 2 trades this week so far. We're going to look for some more. Just bear with me one moment. All right. Okay, so let's go look at the Euro USD. The Euro USD is pulling up into a level of possible resistance. You can see that you're having a bit of bullish reaction now. You did have this big, huge bullish pop at the London Open. This is intraday price action. Let's go back to the hourly. Here's your 2 o'clock candle, 3 o'clock. That's your London Open. Big, strong push higher. Here would have been hourly support, right? You closed below it. This is looking like when it starts printing piano keys, you got to be very careful. You can get chopped up in this, right? If you're looking for longs, you are looking for them as close to 1.7588 as possible. Down here on this candle's close, that's where you want to look for your long position. Stop down here. If you're looking to short this asset, you do not want to see this thing close an hourly candle above 1.17710. This level here. All right, so yeah, sorry about that. I got distracted. My thing's blowing up. So here you go. That's the level. You don't want to see an hourly close above that. If you get an hourly close above that, then it looks like you're going to see bullish continuation. The dollar, once it put in that high, it absolutely just got sold off, right? Something different is going on. So we have to be aware of this. We can't just have our longer time frame bias, but we have to be aware of what near-term price is doing, because near-term price is the order flow. It doesn't matter what happened last week. It doesn't matter what happened the week before that or the week before that. What happens is what's been happening the last 3 to 4 days, as that is the order flow. And you want to take your trades in the direction that order flow is going. So if order flow is bullish, you want to look for bullish positions, right? Even though the longer term trend is down. We use the longer term trend being down and all those indicators to help us once price gets up close enough to look for short side sets. Here on your RSI, you can see the Euro USD is touched the 50 yesterday. Yesterday it touched the 50 and it came into a level. I'm not exactly sure which level it was, but that just is, I think that should, oh, here you go. This hourly level over here. So you haven't got an hourly closure above that yet. And the first time you traded back into it was at 2 o'clock on the 25th. So yesterday at 2 p.m. was the first time you had touched the level. And you can see here you do not have a closure above it. So that is your resistance level. All right, so an hourly close above that level is busted. If you do get an hourly close above that, you can, like I said, you're going to see prices move higher more than likely, as these stops were already taken out at the open. At the London Open. So that is done. If you're going to see short side continuation from here, watch this open. The open of that bearish candle right there. That's where you want to see this thing turn around. Right there. Stop above that wick is what I would do. Once again, guys, this is not financial advice, right? It's just how I trade. So moving on, let's go look at Bitcoin last night. Didn't like what I was seeing. Let me talk about why. So we know, I've been talking about it ever since Bitcoin was down here, that up in these levels, up in here, you're going to more than likely see continued selling, as it gives anybody who was long from back here that sat in all this pain is able to now exit their positions at a higher cost basis. So instead of exiting at $30,000, exiting at $50,000 is a lot better, right? I mean, you're only $10,000 away from the high. $10,000 is a lot of money, but not when your asset is or had a all-time high of $60-something thousand. It's not, it's not that far from the all-time high. So, yes, good place to exit if you indeed want to exit. I'm not exiting. I am holding Bitcoin until it either goes to 0 or 1,000,000. So that's the way I look at Bitcoin. Here is resistance. It has been resistant since we pushed up into it the first day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 attempts to get above resistance, and it could not do it. Last night, I basically said, there is your daily Heath level. This took out support to the downside. This bearish candle is your support. All bearish closes, it doesn't matter what time frame, in the section of price where the order flow is recent, is your support level. There is your break and your close below the support level. Here you traded back up into support and closed back above it. That doesn't necessarily mean anything. This is your supply level right there. That's what you need to get a daily close above to basically call this a bear trap. You tacked that level perfectly. Last night I said I want to see Bitcoin get above this level. If not, this is like the absolute, perfect spot to look for shorts. And that's what happened. There's a slight push up into it, probably around the London Open. Let's see. No, that was last night. All right, so last night, look at this. Like, this is even flawless. This looks bullish, right? Big, strong breakout of hourly resistance, but that daily level is looming up above you. You always need to know where your higher time frame levels are before taking positions. I would have shorted this all day long. All day long. I would have taken this position last night. That is exactly where you want to take these positions. Exactly where. And then straight down. This is bearish. That's selling. That is selling pressure right there, my friends. Right there. So longer term, you can see that on these several days, it's been doing nothing but trading sideways. Here was a hourly support. Took that out. Right? Took that out. Got a little bit of choppy action. Traded up to that level. And then see ya. Sayonara. So Bitcoin looks like it wants to find a little bit more of a pullback. That's okay. It still looks good, right? As far as longer term positions are concerned. You haven't even tested your 21 on a daily yet, right? So just be patient. You're not There's no reason to sweat yet. All right, no reason to sweat yet. Daily support is all the way down here, right there. So technically you can trade all the way back down to $44,000. As long as you're not closing dailies below that price point, you are still structured bullish. You do have a bit of bearish divergence on the RSI, but that is playing out right now. As you can see, you are still above the 50 spot. So a push down to support would put you right around the 50 spot on that, put you around your 21 DMA. So see if you find support there. If you lose that, then you can look for lower prices on Bitcoin. As long as that level holds a support, you are still bullish. You are still structured bullishly. Everything, right? Everything is still structured bullishly from this section of price, right? Longer term, Bitcoin was in a downtrend, right? Once you took out this swing high right there from here, put in a higher low support, and then took out that swing high, you then had a higher high, a higher low, and another higher high. So now the near term trend has changed back to the upside. If you take out this level of support to the downside and take out that wick low, then you trade back up and put in a lower high and then trade back down and take out that level, your trend has changed once again. And trends can change like that very rapidly. They can do that all day long or all week long. Here is your weekly price action. Looks good. It's not bad. Guys, you're barely trading below last week's open. You have this entire range of price that is last week's price range. You're testing roughly around the midpoint of last week's price range. Nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. Looks fantastic. Here you go again with your RSI on the weekly. It's still bullish. So think about how slow this thing moves, right? It only moves on weekly closes. If you get a test of that 50 spot down here on the weekly and then that holds, that'll look like a pretty good spot to buy for long-term price action, right? So we shall see what happens with Bitcoin. It doesn't look bad. Yesterday was a nice short. Last night was a nice spot to take a short for a day trade, for a daily range expansion to the downside. You would have been aiming at that low, and your target would have been achieved. You would be taking your stop and moving it down to break even and removing 2/3 of your position. And that's how you successfully navigate these markets. Other than that, the only thing I've been watching as far as on the crypto sphere has been AVAX, because this thing has absolutely been just going crazy. I understand the F.D.A, Solana, and Luna have all broke their all-time highs, but this thing is moving big time. Like it moved like 15% this day to the downside and then 25% back up. Like that's movement. That's what a trader wants, is movement. And it even put in a fantastic sell position yesterday. Knowing this in hindsight, I did not take the trade, and I'm going to tell you why. I was looking to take this trade because if you see here, what you have is what looks like, right, a 3-drive topping formation. Now, this is on an hourly chart, and I don't really care about chart formations or patterns. I'm not that kind of trader, but you do have what appears to be that. Now I'm looking for shorts because we took out this swing low. Right? I wouldn't have been looking for shorts up here because it's still decently in an uptrend. Here is your, throw a trend line on this thing right there, like so, right? Or even tack it to this. Boom, right? So you're still in a trend line. This is your trend line break back to the downside. So now I'm looking for price to trade back up to around the $50 area. And if I get that, I'm going to look for areas to short this beast. Short this thing, man. It needs to go back down to $25 or something, cool off a bit. I don't know that it's going to, obviously, but that's what I'm going to be looking for to happen. This was the position where I was talking about that it did kind of give us a setup, but I didn't take it. The reason why is I was watching this level here. You can see that that level was acting as resistance all day yesterday until 10 o'clock. Boom, there's your breach. There's your close above. So I didn't take the position. This is a bull trap. Now, it didn't trap me. It just stopped me from entering the position, because if you can take out this level, next legitimate or probable area is the close, right? That's right. That's the more probable setup. But you didn't get that. It was absolutely a trap. Once this candle's low was taken out to the downside on a closing basis, It basically took out support on the same close, right? There's your support. There's your wick low. So on this closure here, you took both of those out, looking for continuation to the downside. So if you would have taken this short, right, you would have been aiming for next level of support, which is down here. This is where you would have been looking to take profits right around that level of demand. Right there. That would have been the target from entering this short to there. That would have been a perfect setup. Depending on where you got your stop, I mean perfect setup, right? Traded straight down to the level, and that's where you stutter stepped. You see this? See how that works? That's what you're looking for if you're looking to become a day trader. You're looking to trade inside of resistance and support levels, taking the expansion to those levels. And that's pretty much it. So far this morning, what we are watching is Euro USD for possible shorts. Because it's situated short. And we're looking at pound dollar always. These are my two favorite assets to trade. So I'm always paying attention to what they are doing. If this thing does not close above this level here at that hourly closure, 1.37480, I'm going to look to take a short side trade on this, and this down here will be my target, 1.37281. So if you throw a short tool on there, short position tool, something like this, boom, right up to that level roughly, you can see there that you got about a 3.5 pip trade. The Aussie trade that I took yesterday was a 4.5 to 1, 4.5 to 1, and it was a little less than 3 on the pound yen trade. It was like 2.8, 2.7, something like that on that one. And then you can clearly see a nice, beautiful setup here. We have not tested this level as support yet. That does not count as a test. So if we trade back up to this level here and fail, I will be looking to take a short position back down to 1.37281. And then I'll be done on the week if I take the position, right? If it looks good to me, if it looks like it's going to act that way, I will take that position because I can afford to take another hit or a hit, the first hit of the week. Oh, beating the snot out of the microphone. Apologies. All right, let's go say good morning to everybody. What is going on, people? D. Barry, Ed D, West Easy, everybody. No background noises. Sounds good. Thank you, Wes. Thank you guys so much. Yo, yo, yo. What's up? Glad I am here early today. Thank you for being here, my friend. Thank you for being here. I can't really pronounce your name. It looks like Athethan. Navanit. Thank you for being here, my friend. What's going on? What is your take on YFII USDT? Let's go look at it. I never heard of it, so I haven't never traded it. You did say USDT, right? Yes, you did. Huobi, Poloniacs. Let's go with, Huobi. First off, let's get out to the daily levels so that way we can see what's going on. So far, it looks pretty good. Took out this swing high and it was good. Had bullish potential or bullish continuation right up through there. Put in a support level and you took that support level out, but then you immediately traded up and took out that swing high. So this right here is going to look like a stop run if you take out support. New support is going to be down here at 3905, spot 15. If you take that level out, then this basically looks just like a stop run, and that is it. That is it. And if that is the case, then you can look for short side sets. As long as it's not closing below this bearish candle, though, you're trading below it right now. But the daily close is what's important. The close is what matters. You can see yesterday you traded down through the level and then closed back above. You see what I'm saying? That's why closes are important. However, since you're trading back down again today, there's a pretty good chance that you're going to take it out today, right? It's a pretty good chance because you're already trading back below it again. and you didn't even go up. So this was a pullback. This was a impulse leg to the downside. This is your pullback. You can see that because when you opened on this day, you had a very small wick to the upside and then down. So that's 100% continuation, right? That's a pullback. That's not bullish pressure. You got to look at it from the other side, right? Intraday, big strong move to the downside, and this is continuation. Here's your 618 retracement. Boom, there's your continuation to the downside. So this is going to be support, right? It's going to be support, and you got to let that form first. You can't do anything about it. There's no trade here, in my opinion. No trade. You need to see what happens as support, one way or the other. If you break that, then you can look for retest, pullback, entries to the short side. If you hold that, then you can look for long positions back to resistance, which is up here. All right? So that's about it. There's nothing to do on it. Sorry about that. Good morning, fam. What's up, Ajit? Agile leader, good morning. How's everybody doing? Give the man a thumbs up. LOL, says Alex. Thank you, Alex. And yes, if you guys wouldn't mind smashing that thumbs up, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Let me come over here for a second. I absolutely need to see what's going on over there. All right. I knew I woke up early for a reason, says Cassidy. Good morning, my friend. Good morning. I think they are moderators. What's going on? Why does some have... Oh, okay, yeah. Thethan, yes. The ones with screwdrivers beside their names, and those are moderators. The ones with the little circles are channel members. Yes. Mom from Portugal. Okay, let's see here. Good morning, everybody. OZ, I shorted thanks to your teachings. Was a great entry. Such low risk. That's exactly right, my friend. That's what my strategy is designed to do. It's designed to get you into these positions with such a small stop loss. You can immediately exit that risk, 2/3 of it, and what you have left over, the 1/3 position, is essentially the size of a standard swing trading position, right? If you have a 30 pip stop loss, if you take a 10 pip stop loss and use 1% on that risk, like I said, man, it's a fantastic way to trade. That way, if it is going to be continuation to the downside for days and days, you are situated as perfect as you can be. As perfect as you can be. There is no other setup on that whole move. So, yes, that's the plan. That's the goal. Missed being here, fam. I've been on vacation and sleeping in. Don't come on, man. You can't worry about that. Vacation is nice. Vacation is nice. Everybody needs to unwind for a week or so. Get away from the charts. Get away from the grind, the hustle. Love it. Good morning, Giles, my friend. Glad you can make it. I missed a short on BTC. I was scraping popcorn ceilings, scraping popcorn ceilings. Oh, man. Work sucks. What is the combo for your EMA, MA on TradingView? Let's go look at it, because I'm not exactly sure. Right there it is. The inputs are 21, 55, 100, 200, 10, 366, and 200. I think these are all the... I didn't touch these. So these are all default, and that EMA MA combo, if you just type in EMA MA combo, you'll get literally 1,000 of them. I just clicked on this one. Right, they're all the same thing, but 21, 55, 100, 200, and that big one is a 377. That's just a moving average. It's just a moving average, and if you want this exact tool, it's called EMA MA Combo by Spectrolight. I know Crown's Crypto K's. He's got like 1,000 of them. Let's just type it in. I'll show you what I mean. EMA MA Combo. There's literally 1,000 of them. It's the best way to do it, especially if you don't pay for TradingView, because you can only have like 3 indicators. Yeah, you can see Crown's just got tons of them. There's so many of them. Right? This is the one that I've got right now, just because it was the first one, I guess. Because I have a bad habit of deleting my indicators. Like, I click on this and I go down to hit remove drawings and I accidentally remove the indicators. I don't really need them. I only put them on there basically to show you guys what I'm looking at. Why? How's SLP USDT, says Mr. Epic. I don't know. Let's go check it out. SLP USDT. Never heard of this one either. Smooth Love Potion on KuCoin. It's looking terrible, right? Here's your ICO. Let's go look and see if it's got a longer price history. Binance, it does. Not a whole lot longer though. But yeah, I mean, you're trading at the ICO lows, right? I mean, there's support. You're at support. Is this a good spot to buy it? Let's see. You're off a lot. I mean, you're off 67%. See, like, here's the thing. Anything that's off 67% is a pretty good buy unless it just goes down for its entirety, right? If it's only been going down for its entire life, then you don't want to buy anything that's down 67%. But if it went up, made all-time highs, came back down, and it's at 67%, maybe. This thing's different. This thing never made... Once you put in this on the open, on the ICO, the initial coin offering, right here, 2 days, you had bullish price action. It looks to me like this was set up as a pump and dump. There's a lot of crypto assets that are just that. That's all they're designed to do, right? All you need to do is make a coin. You can do it yourself. Put 50,000 bucks in it. Call that the overhead supply. And then pay an influencer $100K to freaking shill it to people. Then you get thousands and thousands of people coming in buying the coin, and you sell as they buy. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, you just made a couple $1,000,000 and you blasted your asset down to all-time lows. Right? There it is. That's exactly what this was. Now, the reason it pumped again was probably because so did everything else in the crypto sphere. This year has been insane for crypto markets, right? Massive all-time highs on almost everything. You had assets that moved 5,000-6,000%, right? So this thing did too. It's only natural. You have been sold off, and this is the thing. You got a few cryptos at all-time highs now, F.D.A, Solana, blah, blah, blah. You got Bitcoin pushing right back up up to its 618 retracement level from all-time highs. This thing hasn't been going up. It's been going down. So is it a good buy? I don't know. I wouldn't mess with it. I wouldn't mess with it at all. This is terrible. You go up and straight back down. So leave it alone. I don't know what you want me to say. You had a bullish day yesterday. You're testing yesterday's open. If you can maintain that on a daily closing basis, then yes, you might see another push up to about 17 cents. If you get a bullish continuation, maybe up to 18, right? But that's up here, this swing high right here, that's where I would look for the sellers to re-engage this asset back at 20 cents. Push it on low, back down to new all-time lows. But yes, you did have a bullish engulfing day yesterday, aka outside day yesterday. So see if it holds this. If it does, you can take a long and target yesterday's high. That's it. That's it. Good day. Good day to you too. Loving this clarity on your horizontal BTC support and supply levels. Thank you so much. You are welcome, my friend. What's a good entry for BTC, ETH, and ADA? Well, I took entries on them like a long time ago. So yesterday was a good entry for a short, but that's past. Right now, there's nothing to do on any of them. You got to let it find support. And I wouldn't give you an entry. That's not what this channel is about. This channel is about teaching you how to fish, not giving you the fish. Where are we at? On BTC was looking at CTM charts on previous cycles. Is there any chance that this rally from low 30s could be a second spike before the bear market? Phil, aka the Swedish Chef. Yes. My answer to you is yes. Yes, 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 it can be. That's noisy. BTC USD. This is why I said that we aren't looking for any bullish positions from around 48K up to about 52 to 55K. The reason for that is going to be an area where I expect to see heavy selling. Heavy selling. New shorts are going to come into the market, as well as people exiting their positions. Now, in every single bull market run, you have an exhaustion phase. Every single one. You will climb and climb and climb until you have your blow off top. Now, this didn't have a blow off top. You can see that it took weeks for it to blow off. But once you did take out this stuff, once you put in this higher low here, that's as blow offy as you can get, in my opinion. It's 50%, dude. You lost 50% of your assets total value. That's a lot of money. All the way down to half off in just a short time. So yeah, can this just be the dead cat bounce? Yeah. I mean, it doesn't look like it though because of the time that it took. That's the thing. There's price and time. That's what's important. Price and time. You can see how much time that it stayed down here at the lows. Hit the yearly open. That's the yearly opening range, and you got a massive bounce. Massive bounce from there. So it could be, but it also could find support and make new all-time highs. So what I'm doing is I'm waiting. I'm not looking for long positions inside of this right here. 618 to 786. This is a no-fly zone for me. It's a big gap in price. I understand that. And some people are going to be like, well, you're going to miss blah. I'm not missing anything because I bought Bitcoin at like $3,000. I'm not missing jack. Right? So, yeah, I'm not touching it in there. This is also daily resistance as well. That's where we were looking for price to trade back to. Way down here. When we put this in, like once we started doing these bounces, I was looking for Bitcoin to trade back up to there then, back in June. But it didn't. It just traded sideways to down. So this looks more like accumulation than it does a dead cat bounce. So, I mean, it's up. I guess beauty's in the eye of the beholder for something like that. But yes, that's typically what you want to look for once you have a massive blow off top. And Ethereum did the same thing, right? Ethereum had a blow off top too. What I consider to be a blow off top. Let's put it that way, because Jordan doesn't think that that's a blow off top. He thinks that this is mid-cycle, and he could be right? Who am I to say that he ain't? But this, yeah, that's a blow off, man. That's straight up for multiple days, straight down for just a few. That's a blow off top. If you look at it on the weekly, it looks even worse. Look at this. There's your high, poof, blow off. This candle took out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks of price. 6 if you count this. That's a blow off. So yep, you could be running back up here to test your 618 retracement. Look at that. This is where I expected heavy selling to come in, and that's what we're seeing. And I've been talking about that since we were down here. If we get back up there, that's where I'm going to keep my eyes open to look for heavy selling to come back in the market. This is not heavy selling though. This is the thing. This is not heavy selling. This is Thursday. So you've got till Sunday. So this actually got 3 days left on this. 4 counting today. 3. So you haven't even taken out last week's low. It's not heavy selling. When I say heavy selling, I'm looking for something like that. Excuse me. Right? Trade up into the 618. Back down to $2,500 and then up. And then when you go back up, that's when I'd be looking for shorts. But this isn't heavy selling. That's why I said it looks like it's trying to break out. And it still does. Bitcoin too. Looks like it's trying to break out. What did I just do? No, nothing, I guess. Looks like it's trying to break out. So let's see what happens here. You got daily support on ETH at 30.14.13. This candle there. 30.14.13. That is support. See what happens. See, if I take this fib even from like low to swing low to swing high, let's see where we are in this. So yeah, if today closes below $3,114, which is this fib level, then you can look for support to be tested. If this thing closes back above, which I doubt it will because of this, right? Yesterday was the test of it. That was the trade up into that level there. Boom. So yeah, I'm looking for a support test, maybe a little lower, but I'm just gonna watch price. That's all I can say. I can't pick the future. I wish I could, man. I wish I could. I would set up shop right here on YouTube and do 24-hour live streams and just tell everybody where price is going for donations, right? But I can't. I wish I could. But yeah, it absolutely could be, Mr. Phil. Good morning, everybody. Good morning to you too, Desktop. How about TRB USD? Man, you guys are hitting me with symbols I've never even heard of this morning. What's wrong? What's going on? Crypto DeFi. Uh-oh. Ooh, now that's a little bit bad, or a little bit worse. So you put in this high right here, took out that level of supply on a closing basis, mind you, right there, and then next day, boom, took it out. So that is a bull trap. You are trading into support right now. So see if it holds support. Support's $50.63 on a closing basis. Yes, tomorrow, see what happens again, right? But it looks like you got some selling pressure coming into this asset. Sellers are going to be looking to get re-engaged on this from this open and the close. This is going to be the zone to sell, or for sellers to look to sell. So, yeah. And it looks exactly the same as everything else, right? Massive all-time highs. I'm sure on another thing, the price action goes down, but all-time high, trade off, come off hard. And this thing hasn't came up as good as other assets. So it's showing weakness just on that fact. Well, it's up 131% to be fair. Bitcoin only went up 50%. So, yeah. See if it holds. If it holds, let's check out the RSI. You're above 50. That's bullish. And you're above, well, you closed above the moving averages yesterday, but you are testing the 21 and the 50 now. This doesn't have enough data to populate a 200, but if you did, it would be up here. So it doesn't look as bullish as other things with the moving averages. Other things, all the moving averages are under them, but this one not so much. So yeah, I just give it a minute, see if it finds support for the next couple days. If you lose that area, you're looking lower. The problem is you got so many bearish candles in this uptrend. It's going to be difficult to find an exact spot where you're going to look for new entries, if you even take any new entries. But this is coming off pretty fast, pretty viciously. See that? Within 4 days, you're already hitting back down to the 50 spot. So the momentum, there's the rain. So the momentum is with the bears. The Momo is with the bears. About Aussie Yen, says Danny Okov. Absolutely, let's go look at it. Oanda. Yeah, it looks similar to Aussie dollar. So you're getting ready to test that. So, but you're probably looking for intraday price action. So let's push this up here. Let's just get rid of it and get a new one. So that's resistance. Just bear with me a minute. So the 8 hour looks good. I mean, you got an 8 hour support level down here. 79,608. See if that level is going to hold. The daily doesn't look too bearish. It is red on the day. So if you're going to see sell side this today, then that's going to be your target right there. This is your target. Support. You can target the low for a new low of day, but I would start to look to take profits around there because you got a big fig right there. Or not a big fig, but 79.8, right? 79.8 even number. And you got support down there. 79.8 is what caught price. as support, and then you had this bullish run up into a hourly Heath level. So any hourly closes above, let's just use this one. Any hourly closes above 80.14, that's going to look bullish. Now that is a big fig, 80 even. So how many? If you were to enter this position, I would try to enter it as close to up here as possible to get that spread. Because if you have a spread account, you're going to get entered lower, and that's going to hurt your risk to reward. So if you enter the position up close to 8, or actually it's above 8, it's 8,006. That's only a 22 pip trade. It's just how slow the markets are moving, right? It looks like a big move, but it's not really. It's only 22 pips. Back in March in 2020, guys, there was 20 pip candles. Like one 5-minute candle would be 20 pips on this asset. I mean, that's when the markets were moving. Right now, they're just 20 pips isn't nothing. I'm not sure what the ATR on this asset is, but I know it's over 20. It's close to 40 if I ain't mistaken. But yeah, that's what I would look for. I mean, just because of this big bullish candle, that doesn't scare me. That doesn't scare me at all. A lot of people are going to be like, well, that's bullish. Yeah, I mean, it was. We'll see. We shall see. It's structured bearishly on the daily. You're below everything. You could get another pop because you didn't take out the liquidity up here yesterday. Like on Aussie dollar, we took out these stops, aka liquidity. We took all that out yesterday. On this asset, you didn't. So it could be reaching for that. So I would give this a little bit more time. This is the thing about even on euro dollar and pound dollar, even though everything is situated bearishly, you're right at the 50. Do you remember not too long ago when we were above the 50 looking for bullish positions on these assets? Do you remember how many days it chopped sideways back and forth at the 50? We can see that again from the underneath side, right? This thing can literally trade around the 50 on the RSI on the daily for a week. So we have to be cautious and cognizant of that fact. So you don't have to, what I'm trying to say is you don't have to rush into a position when something is unclear. You do not have to take a position. The cliche is just holding your cash is a position. That's true. It's cliche, but it's true, right? Just sitting on your cash, that is a position too. So, thing to take out the lows. That's what I see. I could be wrong. What's up, good day? Gold, says Alice. Yeah, let's go look at gold, Alice. Alice is always commenting on every video. So are a lot of you guys. Thank you so much for that. Let's go look at XAUUSD. On Oanda. Yeah. Let's get off the hourly first. Yeah, it looks like it's trying to hold support. Yeah, you can trade all the way down to 1779.93 and still be good. Right, you're still at support. This looks okay. So this is your breakout candle. What we don't want to see is we don't want to see a daily closure below this candle's low. And you're not getting that. So let's go do something like this. So you're testing the 786 intraday. Looks okay. Here's hourly resistance. So if you get a break and close above hourly resistance on this, then I would probably look for a pullback to 1787 or 1785.84 and see if that holds, and then look for bullish entries if you're bullish. If you're bearish, I would leave it alone for a second because this was a big move to the downside and this is just chewing that move up. It does look like it's trying to make new lows, but the short isn't down here. The short's up here, right? That's where you would be taking profits. So it looks like it's trying to go lower, But it can hold support here. It absolutely can. Actually, it's holding support good. Multiple hours even. So I would probably be more keen to take a bullish position. And I'd be looking to take profits at 1790. Around 1790. So I'd want to take that entry down here if possible. So probably already missed that. But if it gets up here and fails, then it's going to be a short. But that's probably going to be tomorrow. So yeah, it's very unclear again. So apologies for that, Alice. What can you say about a re-entry for BTC, ETH, and ADA? How's AX8 for you? Damn, dude, that's 4 tickers right there. You just... How about this? I will go look at F.D.A. because I've already looked at all the other ones, and I'm not giving you an entry. Not happening. You got to find your own entries. I teach you what to look for to take those entries. This way, if you take that entry and it's wrong, it's all on you. If I tell you where to enter and it's wrong, you're going to blame me, and then you're never going to grow. When you blame others for your mistakes and your failures, you never learn. You need to accept those failures and learn. F.D.A. looks good, right? Big, strong move. Took out all-time highs, and you're pulling back to the all-time high. So as long as it holds this level here, well, I got to take it with me, don't I? As long as it holds that level right there at $2.45, it looks good. Still, chances of you getting down there, I wouldn't like it so much if you got down there today or tomorrow either, because that means this is going to start looking more like a bull trap, right? It's okay if you take this out because this was the breakout. This is the breakout candle, not this one. This one's continuation, so it's okay to close dailies below that. If you close dailies below this one, that's your breakout candle, then it looks like it's going to go lower. So see if it holds support at 245. You got a wick high right there on that bearish candle. That looks like where people's trying to buy this thing. Bitcoin is the tide that lifts all ships. If it starts to sell off, these things will too. All of them. All of them will sell off with Bitcoin. All of them. Most of them. So yeah. It's not looking so hot. Here's 4-hour support. It's testing right now. So if you lose 4-hour support, then you're looking bad. 257. Your clarity is fire as always. Thank you, my friend. Like button destroyed. Thank you, Cassidy. And Dylan, what about ETH? I did look at ETH, but I think that I'm just so far behind on the questions. So you could have asked that so much earlier. Let's go look at it real quick. It looks worse than Bitcoin does. I didn't really talk about it though, so that's why I'm going to go back. See, it's been chopping around at these levels for a couple weeks now. So that doesn't look good to me. You've basically set in a range up here. It looks better than it doesn't, I should say, if that makes any sense. The fact that you did put in a range up here around that is okay. It's if you lose it, that's when it stops to look okay. Stops looking okay. So here's support, right? So right now it's kind of in that situation. If you're looking for longs on it and you want to take one down there at $33,000, get your stop under those wicks, that's up to you. You know what I mean? That's support. If you get a daily closure below that, you can look for a test of 2610. Well, actually, I don't know if it would go straight down to 2610, but there's going to be so many candles in that on the 8-hour or 4-hour time frame. Yeah. So next level support, I would look for 2822. If you break this, if you take out this swing low, that's what the target would be. Let's see what it looks like. I mean, I'm pretty sure this thing is not looking so bullish anymore. It's getting close to a good spot to look for bullish entries, or at least a bullish hold. And you're testing your 21 right now. You see how this thing is above all the moving averages? All the moving averages are below it. So that looks good. Looks good, especially when you was down here. Traded all the way back up there. Didn't get a golden cross on it because the 200 never got close enough to the 50 to cross it. So it's all good. It looks okay. Watch 3011. That is support. 3011. Hey, great. I caught the stream. Hope you're doing well. Can you please look at Ave? Yeah, I haven't looked at Ave in a while, actually. So right now you're trying to lose. The bulls are trying to lose their hold on this asset. You are piercing that 50. So this one looks worse, right? There's support. Last time I looked at it, and it held, and it still could hold. You did close above the 21 yesterday. Now it looks like you're going to try to close below it. So that's not looking so good. This level is going to be important on Ave 361. If you close below this price, then people are going to look to short this. People are going to look to short this. In fact, I will be too, because it's the first one that's actually almost about to give a sell signal. And if you do get that closure, then obviously we're going to be watching 377 for resistance. But it all hinges on what it does today. The closure this thing puts in today. Alright? So, yeah, it's not looking so hot. Not looking so hot. Binance, BNB. Binance Coin USD. So it's broke out, looks good above all moving averages, still in overbought territories. So this thing is definitely bullish. But like I said, if Bitcoin loses it, so will this. All you have to do is look at the chart formation. It looks exactly like Bitcoin, except for the 3 dry topping formation and the consolidation. But you look at this move to the downside. It happened on the same day, the same time as Bitcoin. All of this consolidation chop, exactly same time as Bitcoin. This bullish push, exactly like Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin loses it, this will too. But right now it looks okay. Support is going to be right there. 471, as long as you're not closing daily candles below that, you can look for possible bullishness or continuation. There's a higher close, that's good. So yeah, you don't want to take that out. And this, once again, is going to have like literal support levels every 20 bucks. Like 50 bucks. Like here's 471 support. Next support is going to be 450. Next support 395-ish. So on and so forth. But it looks better than Ethereum. It looks a lot better than Ethereum does. So I don't know if that means anything, but can you please check OHM and DAI? OHM DAI on Sushi Swap. I like it when there's only one. Okay, so what is this? 0x34D7DDEFC. Just code craziness. I don't know much about this thing. It doesn't have much liquidity. But let's see what it's trying to do. So you did put, I mean, it's going to be bearish. Yeah. I knew that. Yeah, it's bearish. It's structured bearishly. So this is, if you bought this, I would, yeah, man, this is where sellers are going to re-engage. 344. If it gets back up to there and fails right there, sellers will re-engage in this. I mean, this thing literally, jeez, man. That's $0 up to $125. This thing moves. So if you lever up on this, you're going to get crushed. Or you have the potential to be crushed. So yeah, I would be looking at 344, spot 42. Or if you round it up, 43. 344 spot 43. I would be looking for that area to hold as resistance. This bullish candle looks good, but I bet if we go into a smaller time frame, we're gonna find something. Let's go over here first. There it is. There it is. Oop, there it is. Remember that old stuff? Probably not. I'm very, very old. All right, right there it is. 321. Boom. Look at that. It's as if this stuff works. It's almost as if I have something going on here. Flawless test and close above that. Or not above it, I mean on it. So if this tests this again on a 2-hour time frame, you test that again. The opening price of that bearish candle, if it does not get above that, that's going to be a beautiful shorting opportunity back down to support 302. Right? So from 322 back down to 301. And depending on how this candle reacts to that level, will probably give you a stop loss. So it would look something like this. Boom, 7-1. As long as it does not close above this level. If it throws a wick through and that wick gets higher than this, then obviously you'd want to watch it a little closer. But this is a 2-hour, so every other hour, check back on this. I can't trade it, otherwise I would be looking for a short. I'd be looking to short that all day long, as long as it doesn't close above that. So yeah, and why did I not see that? I walked right by Oz's comment, didn't even see it. Perp USDT, and I'm gonna have to start wrapping it up, guys. PERP USDT, as I am looking for positions myself. Binance US, it's going to be a quick one. Just bear with me one moment. Click, 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 click. All right, so here's the daily. Perp USDT. It looks, it looks okay. It's bullish, definitely structured to the bullish side. You're coming back down to get a 50 test. Did have some bearish divergence, but that divergence is playing out right now. Right, so that swing high there. It's not confirmed divergence. It's just it's definitely divergence. Oh wait, no, it's not. Yes, it is definitely. Sorry, I was looking at something else on another chart. This right here, that's your divergence. This is playing out. So you're testing your 21 right now. Look for a level though, a price level. Don't ever look to buy off a bounce on a moving average, ever, ever, ever. Always find a price level. So see if it holds 1579. That's possible support, right? It's already been checked once, so there's a pretty good chance it may not hold this time. And that doesn't look good. This is a 4-hour. Let's get rid of all the indicators because we're done with them. The 4-hour doesn't look that great. See how you trade it up and then boom, boom, right back down there. So this thing looks like it's trying to break. Next spot of possible support is 1519. This candle here. And then ultimately that candle's close is going to be support on a 4-hour basis. 1483. So this is your next support zone. And if you did put a comment in and I didn't get to it, I apologize, guys. I try to answer these things first come, first serve, and then obviously I do put more emphasis on the other things. But thank you guys so much for being here. Hope I was able to teach something. As always, I have to always thank my channel members and Patreons. If I could get it over there. This thing's just not cooperating very well. Thank you so much. So thank you to them. The main assets that I'm going to be watching is I still have a position on Aussie Yen or Aussie USD to the long side, and I still have an open position on Euro USD to the short side. That Euro USD short that I have is been open since last week. So it's the same trade that I took last week. I've just been sitting on the initial or the last 1/3 of the trade to see if we get bearish continuation. And it has came all the way back up to my entry. so much for the continuation. But those are going to be the main things that we're watching today. And just keep an eye on them. We're definitely looking to see if it wants to roll over for short side continuation. If you get a bounce above that crucial level of resistance, you're definitely not looking for any entries, all right? It'll be a sit on your hands day. Nothing I really see on crypto right off the rip that I want to take a position on right now. If I do find something, I'll let you know by posting on Twitter or whatnot in one of the chats. So you guys have a fantastic day. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your time. Make sure you trade safe, trade smart, and happy trading, everybody.